Welcome to 5 Good Minutes. You're listening to today's inspirational message on the fruit of the Spirit with Bjorklund.
Do you consider yourself a patient person? My guess is many of us would say no, many of us would say yes. And we would base it on our disposition that we just were born with. I am not naturally patient. I'm naturally somebody who very quickly is impatient with things around me. And one of the things that we see in the fruit of the Spirit is that if we aren't growing in these fruit, these qualities, it's an indication that we're not growing in them because of God's work in us, but that they're part of our natural tendency. Now, to some extent, as you age, things like patience become maybe easier because you've just seen more and all of that. But some of that can also be a spiritual condition. And in Galatians 5, where we're told the fruit of the Spirit is, and then we get this list, the idea is that all of these grow in concert. So they may not all be the same level, but they're all rising as we walk in the Spirit, live in the Spirit, experience the Spirit. And so the idea of am I patient or am I not patient, am I growing in patience, has a lot to do with indicator of my spiritual life. And what this means, at least in part, is that if you find yourself not being patient, it should function a little bit like a warning light on a dashboard of a car, where it says something isn't right in you if you consistently find yourself being agitated, blowing up. Now, the Greek word that's used here is makrothumia, and it means the ability to suffer trouble without blowing up or giving up, or patient endurance under injuries suffered by others. It used to often get translated as forbearance, which is a great word that has been rightly translated to patience, because forbearance seems old, arcane kind of English language. But to forbear really shows the idea of patience, because patience, we hear that and we think, well, it just means mild agitation. But forbearance means, in a sense, the idea of I can suffer trouble and I don't blow up, I don't give up, and I don't end up in this place of resentment toward God or others because of what is happening or not happening in my life. So I find this idea of forbearance being very important. Do you forbear with people and in situations where it's hard to be patient, hard to forbear? That is an indication of spiritual health in your life. And a lack of doing so is an indication of spiritual unhealth. And it's like you're getting a warning light that's simply saying this is not a good space for you to be right now. And so I'm going to take some time in the next couple days as we explore this to look at some of the other scriptures that use this word, makrothumia, and talk about it. But I do want to say just here that the counterfeit of this is really just to be resigned and to not seem to care or to be hardened to people or to situations, which isn't the same as being patient, to say, I don't care what you do. Patience means I care, but I'm able to suffer without getting myself in a place where I'm shut down. So think about maybe a situation with a roommate when you were in college or something like that, or if you're in college and somebody does something that's annoying to you. One thing to do is just say, look, I'm going to be done with this person in 3 months, so who cares? That's hardness. But real forbearance says, I can still speak about what I need, but I am willing to endure the agitation without blowing up or giving up. Sign of spiritual health, patience.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.